Hey there, this is Veena from Pat-a-Cak, the channel that's about baking and much more. A warm welcome to my channel. Ice cream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream, right? Who doesn't love ice cream? And now that it's summertime, most of us can't have enough of it. Well, today I have an easy recipe for an ice cream base made with simple ingredients available at home. And not just that, from just one base, I'll show you how to make multiple types of ice cream. The ice creams we are making may not be as light and airy as those made with whipping cream, but they are pretty close to those. They have a smooth texture and they're all simply delicious. And anyway, dairy whipping cream is hard to come by here in India, and the non-dairy whipping cream available everywhere tastes nothing like pure milk cream, which is why the ice cream recipes in this video are worth checking out. Okay, now let's get started with today's quick and easy but soft and super tasty ice cream recipes right here at Pat-a-Cak. Let's start by preparing our ice cream base. To begin with, let's make a slurry using 2 thickening agents. 6 tablespoons of milk powder, you could also use dairy whitener, and 6 tablespoons of corn flour. We'll disperse this in half a cup of room temperature milk that I've taken from the 2 liters of full cream milk we'll be using to make our flavorful ice cream base. The slurry should be free from lumps, like this. I've started heating the rest of the full cream milk on medium heat, and it has just come to a boil. Let's reduce the heat to medium-low and let the milk simmer for around 7 to 8 minutes so that its volume reduces a little. We'll keep stirring the milk and scrape the sides off and on. After that, let's stir in 3/4 of a cup of sugar. I don't like my ice cream to be too sweet, so I've reduced the sugar a little. But you could add 1 cup of sugar for a regular level of sweetness. Once the milk comes to a boil again and the sugar dissolves, we'll let the milk simmer for another 3 to 4 minutes. Next, we'll add the slurry we prepared, giving it a quick stir first. The milk will immediately start thickening, and at this stage, we have to stir the mix continuously to prevent it from getting burnt. We'll let the mix simmer for another 3 more minutes to give the corn flour time to cook properly. Now let's turn off the heat and let the mixture cool to room temperature. After that, I'll let it chill in the fridge for half an hour. Now back to our ice cream base after chilling it in the fridge. It's now a little thicker than before. To enhance the taste of the ice cream further and give it a smoother texture, we'll now add in half a cup of milk cream. You could use Amul fresh cream if you want, but I got this by boiling full cream milk at home, chilling it in the fridge, and then skimming off the layer of cream on the top of the milk. To let the cream get well incorporated into the milk mixture, I'll whip the entire mix for around 2 minutes in my mixer. I'll whip it up in 2 parts. Let's transfer the first whipped part to an airtight container. And then whip the rest of the mix. And transfer this too to the same container. We'll now chill this base mixture in the freezer till the ice cream is almost set. In the meanwhile, let's prepare some mawa for the Rajbhog Ice Cream and some butterscotch sauce for the Butterscotch Ice Cream. To make a small quantity of mawa, we'll mix a 1/4 cup of milk powder, 3 tablespoons of milk, and half a teaspoon of pure ghee. This mix can be cooked in a non-stick pan or a thick bottom vessel or else in the microwave like I am doing today. I've cooked the mix in the microwave for 45 seconds and will now cook it for a further 40 to 45 seconds. After another 45 seconds in the microwave, here's our mawa. Let's spread it out a little to crumble it and let it cool faster. To prepare the butterscotch sauce, in a thick bottom vessel, we'll mix 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 2 teaspoons salted butter, and 2 tablespoons of milk cream or malai. If you're using unsalted butter, you'll have to add a pinch of salt as well. Now let's heat this on a low flame, swirling the mix around in the beginning till it starts bubbling vigorously. After that, let's stir it with a spoon and let it boil for around 2 to 3 minutes more till the sauce is of this consistency. And then turn off the heat. When the butterscotch sauce cools, it will be a little thicker than this. Let's also start preparing a small quantity of butterscotch pralines or butterscotch crumble by heating 3 tablespoons of sugar in a non-stick pan on medium heat till it begins to melt uniformly. After that, let's reduce the heat to low and start stirring the sugar till all of it caramelizes and the caramel is golden brown. We shouldn't let the caramel become dark brown or it will be bitter and taste of burnt sugar. Let's add in half a teaspoon of butter and mix it well with the sugar. At this stage, we'll turn off the heat and throw in 1 tablespoon of chopped almonds. Let's transfer this to a lightly greased piece of butter paper and let it cool completely. After that, let's break this disc into pieces and then crush the pieces using a pestle and mortar. Let's transfer the butterscotch crumble to an airtight container. I'll store it in my fridge till I'm ready to use it. Here's our ice cream base after 6 hours in the freezer. I'll divide it roughly into 5 portions to make 5 kinds of ice cream, beginning with the Rajbhog Ice Cream. I'll transfer the first part of the base to my blender jar, break it up into smaller pieces, and then whip it in my mixer for 2 minutes. The mix is now smooth and light and frothy. To it, I'll add the crumbled mawa, 1 tablespoon of saffron milk, which I got by soaking a pinch of saffron in warm milk for half an hour, a 1/4 teaspoon of ground cardamom, and 2 tablespoons of a mix of chopped almonds and cashew nuts. Let's whisk this mixture again for a minute and then transfer it to an airtight container. Let's add a topping of chopped nuts, fix the lid on, and move the ice cream mix to the freezer to set completely. Now let's make some butterscotch ice cream. Let's break the second part of the ice cream base into smaller pieces and then, like before, whip this too in a mixer for 2 minutes till it's smooth and frothy. To this, I'll add 1 tablespoon of butterscotch sauce, 4 to 5 teaspoons of the butterscotch crumble, and around a 1/4 teaspoon of butterscotch essence. And then whisk the mix for 1 minute more. Let's transfer this to an airtight container. Add a sprinkling of butterscotch crumble as a topping. Put the lid on and freeze this too. Next, we'll make some mixed berries ice cream. To this whipped base, we'll add 2 tablespoons of mixed berries crush. This crush has a mix of strawberries, blueberries and mulberries. You could use just strawberry crush or even mango pulp instead. Let's whisk this for a minute and transfer it to an airtight container. And move this as well to the freezer to set. Now let's make some coffee ice cream. Let's first dissolve 1 teaspoon of instant coffee in 2 teaspoons of hot water and let it cool. Let's whisk this fourth part of the ice cream base and then to it add the coffee mixture and whisk it again for a minute. I'll transfer this to an airtight container and add a topping of chopped almonds and chocolate chips. You could use grated chocolate instead. I'll put this in my freezer and then move on to making vanilla ice cream with the last portion of the base. To the whisked base, I'll add a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract and whisk it again for a minute. The better you whisk your base, the lighter your ice cream will be. Let's move this too to the freezer. I'll let all the 5 kinds of ice cream stay overnight in the freezer to give them enough time to set properly. Now let's check out how our ice cream has set. After removing each of the containers from the freezer, I'll wait for around 3 to 4 minutes before scooping the ice cream. We'll start with the vanilla ice cream. Perfect. I'll drizzle some chocolate sauce on top of it. Let's add some butterscotch sauce to the butterscotch ice cream. Here are all the 5 delicious ice creams we prepared at home and with ease. Let me show you the texture. Soft and smooth. Hope this video will inspire you to make more variations of your own from this same simple to make ice cream base. No whipping cream, no condensed milk, and no ice cream maker needed either. So go ahead and enjoy some homemade ice creams this summer. And please subscribe and stay tuned for more of such tasty but easy to make recipes. Until we meet again, happy cooking!